describing this fish? And I was like, I don't know. So it wasn't until when we got back to Phoenix was they were describing the fish again, and so I looked it up, and it was a needlefish. If you haven't seen a needlefish, this is what they saw in the water swimming, and I was like, ooh, that thing is kind of creepy. So it was cool. It's a side story about me being in this water at Grand Cayman Islands. Literally got pinched by a crab. I don't know if you guys ever gotten pinched by a crab, but I got pinched by a crab, okay? It pinched my foot. It was a little baby thing, and I thought it was like a seashell, right? Because it's like sandy underneath the water, so you're just like walking through it, and I thought I like stepped on like a sharp seashell, and I was like, ouch. And so I picked it out of my foot. I grabbed my foot, I picked it up, and this little thing was like this in between my fingers, just like still mad, and it's tossed him back in the ocean. I felt bad afterwards because I was like, I didn't mean to throw you, but you pinched me. After I just talk about ocean life and how sad I felt for the dolphins, but I'm being mean to a crab. So I got pinched by a crab. But anyways, so that was Grand Cayman Islands. Boom. That was that. We were literally there from 10. We got to get off the boat from 8 to. We had to be back on the boat by 2:15. So literally we had a few hours to spend there, which in Cuba would have been a lot longer. And we were able, I felt like we were going to be able to experience some culture. And because it was the Queen's birthday and it was considered a holiday that day in Grand Cayman, we didn't get to really do much. Drinks were still expensive at the bar down there, so literally it was about the same amount as the boat. You were paying $7 for a beer. So it was like they were hiking up prices and stuff, and so it was just kind of annoying. It wasn't the experience I was expecting or hoping for, especially knowing that I was supposed to go to Cuba. But that was cool. Whatever. Will I go back to Grand Cayman Islands? Probably not. I don't really have it's not like, ooh, let's go back there. I love that place. No. So that was day 3 on the cruise. That was our first stop in Grand Cayman Island. As soon as 2:15 hit, we were gone. We were on the road again. Not on the road, but in the ocean again. That boat was zooming. Day 4. So this stop was to Cozumel, Mexico. It was always going to be that stop. Just the first day, the first stop wasn't supposed to be Grand Cayman Islands. It was supposed to be Cuba. But it got turned into Grand Cayman Islands. The second stop was always supposed to be Cozumel, Mexico. So it was. And it was great. I love Mexico. I love Mexico. Especially this place. This place was Cozumel was very Americanized. We were able to get off of the boat at 10 a.m. to 7. So we had to be back on the boat by 7 o'clock. Which was good because we had a longer time there. And we were actually able to experience the culture, the Mexican culture. I love it. Our tour guides, Oscar, he was awesome. So for our excursion there, we also didn't have one. We didn't pay for one through the boat. But when we got there, they came up to me and they saw me walking with my family, and they were like, hey, so we have this excursion. We're through Carnival, which is kind of cool because it was a little bit safer. So they knew exactly what time we had to be back on. I felt a lot safer going through with them, especially. The bus was nice. It was big. It was AC, and the excursion was only $36. So why I have this awesome jacket, because I bargained for it. Well, my mom did, because she can speak Spanish and I can't. So she went ahead and bargained for me and my brother to get one. So we got to shop, and then we got to go to the beach. As soon as you get off the boat or the port to Cozumel, they're so welcoming. It's just pretty. There's palm trees everywhere. There's blue water surrounding you. There's a whole bunch of restaurants. They had the Three Amigos. They had Fat Tuesday, I think it was Fat Tuesday. It was great. They had a whole bunch of places you could eat immediately. They were offering you margaritas, and everything is so inexpensive. It was great. Of course, we didn't get anything when we first got there because we were like, no, we want to see what else is here. So when they finally got us to go on this excursion, we were able to, he gave us the stops that we were going to be stopping at. So he was like, we're going to stop here at the market. Everything there is super inexpensive. You have $1 beers, you have $3 blankets, and all this and that. And we were like, perfect. Then he was like, then the next stop we're going to go to, we're going to spend about 20 minutes there. Then the next stop is about another 20, 15 minutes. which is the flea market, which is where we got to like bargain for our stuff. So there's not as technically a set price on anything. They will try to hike up the price, but you can talk them back down. The other place was set pricing. So the very first shopping spot was a set pricing. So here was $3. Here was $5. Here was $13. You can't bargain that. The second place we were able to bargain it. So if it was 13, we could probably talk it down to 10. The first shop we went to, they had the $1 beers. So of course, we spent that money. We got $1 beers. Beer's my favorite thing. I love it. I think it tastes good. Judge me for that because the rest of my family does. I like it. So I got a beer. One of the things though is that I'm a really light drinker to begin with. And because it was so humid, literally the moisture, like it just takes everything out of you. So I didn't drink a lot at all this whole entire trip because I was literally drinking water the whole entire time. I was like, I need bottles of water. I don't care. I don't want to get sick. I don't want to be dehydrated. So I kept it cool and I had a beer and I enjoyed my life because you know what? I didn't get dehydrated. So the second stop was the bargaining spot. We got to bargain, which was cool. So the very first cruise we went to Mexico also was Ensenada. I loved Ensenada. It was gorgeous as well. But I definitely think Cozumel was a lot more pretty. It's more Americanized too. They had a lot of like American stores there. They had like Victoria's Secret. I think I saw like 3 Starbucks there actually. They had Hard Rock Cafe. They had a whole bunch of these spots that you're like, wow, I can live out here. Out here where I'm living in New Mexico, there's not a Victoria's Secret. It's an hour away. They literally have a Victoria's Secret on their island. Wow. So when we went to Ensenada, the very first cruise, Mom got this purse. It's like the same material as this, like this, like knitted, like design, and it's very colorful. It's very pretty, and she only got it for $5. And these there were also probably about like $10, like anywhere from 10 to 15. Now, if you come in the States and you see these, like I see these in New Mexico all the time, or like traveling at like little gas stations and stuff, and they're like $25 per jacket, right? So if you could see the jacket. It's like a little poncho jacket, and I love it. I'm obsessed. It has a pocket. But anyways, they had them there, and I was like, I can't come to Mexico for the second time in my life and not get one of these because I've been wanting one forever, and I'm going to spend $25 when they're a lot cheaper here. So, your girl finally got one, and my mom talked him down. Did because she can speak Spanish, and I can't. So, she went ahead and bargained for me and my brother to get one because he was trying to sell them for $15 each. So my mom was trying to tell him, like, hey, what if we get 2? We'll spend $20. And he was like, no, because that's a kid's size. And so I was like, okay, I can work with 13. So she was like, okay, what if we get 2 for $26 instead of 2 for $30? And he was like, fine, solid. Because the bigger you go up in size, the more expensive it is. So we got 2 larges. Funny story, I get back on the cruise boat, and mine is not a large. It is a 2X. It's a double XL. It's fucking huge, you guys. It is huge. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on. Okay. It is big. It is ginormous. Okay? It's huge. It was so big, my cousin thought it was a blanket sitting on our bed. And I was like, no, it's my jacket. And she opens it, and I'm like, what the hell? It was supposed to be a large, but it's 2X. Anyways, long story short, that's what happened with that. But I still love it. We ended up getting 2 for $26. We got to bargain that, which is kind of cool. It's very big in Mexican culture to bargain for things and to talk them down through their pricing. So it was kind of fun because I got to see my mom do her thing, and I was like her in her little ear, like, no, what about this? So it was kind of cool. It was a cool experience. I got my jacket. I'm cool. I'm solid. It's my favorite thing in the world right now. Money well spent. Then after the flea market, we finally got to go to the beach, and my God, this beach was amazing. So not all of my family was with us, but not all 36 were all together. And even throughout the whole entire cruise, it's not like we were all, like 36 of us were like traveling in a pack, no. So for this one, it was just me, my mom, my dad, my little brother, my best friend, my little brother's best friend, my 2 cousins, 3 cousins, my Grammy, my aunt, and my uncle. So like 12. I think there's about like 12 of us. So we get to this beach and it is like closed off. Not realizing until after the whole entire tour is over, after we spent our 2 hours at the beach, not did I realize that we were on a private beach this whole entire time. These guys took us to this private